We have long heard that the solution to social problems, including the problems facing Catholics in modern Western democracies, is that everyone should live and let live, that we should all defend the secular state and be satisfied to live in a land where people are free to live as they please, as long as they allow others to live the same way and as long as no one hurts anyone else. There is no reason for conflict if we simply follow this common sense of tolerance. This sounds good in theory, but how does it work in practice? The reality is that the practice of religion and mutatis mutandis, the violent opposition to it, which is modern atheism, is necessarily a public and political thing. Society, like nature, abhors a vacuum. For example, if all Catholics are to worship on a given day, they must abstain from work for the whole day or part of it. If there is to be a procession, a main avenue must be closed off during the procession. The first example will make companies less efficient or less profitable, or both. The second will affect traffic, perhaps commerce, and will certainly seem like an imposition on the unbelievers or the indifferent. Modern atheism, on the other hand, is neither less public nor less political. It seeks to get rid of all religious symbols, such as crucifixes and Christmas cribs, and, if it could, it would also abolish Sundays and holy days, which in fact it is already happening in several places. If unbelievers could do as they pleased, there would be no place or respect for Christianity in the public space. In this sense, the secularist is not someone who thinks that all worldviews should be able to flourish. On the contrary, he believes that the only view that can be tolerated is one that says that no view is sufficiently known to be true to have any precedence or prerogative over the others. By this logic, atheism becomes in effect the default public and political creed. It is possible to illustrate the problem with a crystalline example. When someone listens to music in their own car, especially with the speakers and windows open driving down the main road, or at full volume on their headphones, they force everyone around them to hear what they are listening to. His free choice to listen imposes on others a situation that they did not freely choose. This person is forcing others to submit to their freedom. Thus, giving freedom to the whole world is illusory. The exercise of one man's freedom can and very likely will affect the rights of others. We see this play out dramatically with the aggressive homosexual lobby. When gay marriage is legalized in a country, what happens to the freedom of confectioners, decorators, cloth merchants, musicians, and churches who, following their Christian conscience and based on natural law, choose to work only with heterosexual marriages? I'm sorry, friend, you don't have freedom anymore. The secular state took it from you. You must now only do what the state tells you to do, nothing more, nothing less. If unbelievers could do as they pleased, there would be no place or respect for Christianity in the public space. The most serious example, of course, is the denial of the unborn child's right to the care of a mother and father and the protection of law. Because of the intolerant secularist creed, a woman's freedom means everything, while a child's life, as well as her rights and eventual freedom, mean nothing. But only a demonic parody of freedom seeks to abolish and annihilate someone else's freedom in order to secure his own. If the social environment is not Catholic, it will, over time, be filled with pagan and anti-Catholic elements. Society, like nature, abhors a vacuum. We have seen more confirmations than ever before of this truth that the great 19th century popes taught. There is no such thing as a religiously neutral public space, a society that does not privilege a creed. Public space will be either religious or irreligious, or Christian or anti-Christian. Secularism always self-destructs into intolerant ideology.